Hello. So, different ways anthropologists can date things. There is relative dating and chronologic dating. Relative dating is useful if you want to find out if an object came before, after, or the same time as a different object. Um, that is a good thing because it can tell us, when things came about relative to other things. That's especially helpful in evolution because some things do come after others, some things happen at the same times. The con is that we can't really figure out how long ago it happened. All we can tell is how old something is relative to something else. The most common form of this is stratigraphy. Strata referring to the layer of sediments that build up on top of each other over a long period of time. Of course, the oldest is on the bottom, and as it builds up, the newest is going to be on the top. And we can use this because if some object is deeper in the sediment than some other object, we can figure out generally how far apart those two are by how slowly the sediment builds up in that area. If something's very deeper, it's going to be older than another thing, and so forth. Another way is chronologic dating. This is usually measuring the decay of some radioactive element within the object that you're dating. You can get a date range on this one. You can figure out how long ago it was used, but it is usually pretty vague because, we're dealing with thousands of years here, and, it's never going to be that accurate. The most common form of this is carbon dating. I'm sure everyone's probably heard of that in some form. Carbon dating can really only be used to measure things up to about 80,000 years in the past, accurately anyway. So the way this works, carbon's half-life is approximately 5,730 years, give or take 40 years, depending on, type of carbon. But this half-life means that it takes that long, 5,730 years, for the carbon in the object to break down halfway, for half of the carbon to remain there. They can use this because, it's accurate. They look at the object and see how much original carbon it had, how much carbon is in there right now, and then using that half-life formula, they're able to figure out how long it's been in existence, how long since it, died or whatever. So we're able to use that fairly accurately up to about 80,000 years in the past. Both of these techniques are good. I don't think that one is necessarily more useful than the other. They're both very helpful, just depending on the circumstance, depending on what the object is. But both of them are really useful for anthropologists to be able to figure out what species came before others, what their life was like back then, the area that they were in, things like that.